I mean, no one is paying to see Angel Reese attempt to play basketball. Hell, not even Mama Reese is paying to watch this lack of...
The numbers tell a clear and compelling story, one the WNBA can no longer overlook. When Caitlin Clark sustained a left quad strain on May 25, 2025, the impact reverberated instantly throughout the league's financial ecosystem. With Clark expected to be sidelined for at least 2 weeks, the sharp divide between her extraordinary draw and the league's broader appeal has become glaringly obvious. For rising stars like Angel Reese and struggling teams such as the Chicago Sky, Clark's absence underscores a difficult reality about the role of star power in driving professional women's basketball.
You can't tell me that the Caitlin Clark effect isn't real. You knew when news broke yesterday that Caitlin Clark was going to be out for a few weeks, that ticket prices were going to go down, but I never expected them to go down 71% for the rivalry game.
The instant news of Caitlin Clark's injury surfaced, the WNBA's hard-won economic momentum collapsed like a house of cards. Ticket prices for Indiana Fever games nosedived by an astonishing 42%, plunging from an average of $1,370 to just $80 virtually overnight. This wasn't a slow market adjustment or a routine dip. It was a swift, unmistakable signal from fans that, without Clark, the value of the experience had dramatically diminished.
Indiana Fever ticket prices to games over the next 2 weeks have dropped 42% since Caitlin Clark's injury announcement. An average ticket price of $137, all the way down to $80. People are selling their tickets, definitely can't get face value, so what do? They just continue to lower and lower and lower and lower and lower the price.
The Chicago Sky, who had shifted their highly anticipated June 7th matchup against the Fever from the 10,387-seat Wintrust Arena to the sprawling 21,000-seat United Center to accommodate the expected Caitlin Clark-driven crowds, quickly felt the sting of her absence. As word of Clark's injury spread, ticket prices plummeted. The get-in price for what was billed as a marquee event tumbled from $86 to just $25. For a franchise that had invested heavily in the venue upgrade, the financial fallout was swift and severe.
To the United Center, the home of the Chicago Bulls and the largest arena in the NBA, expecting a marquee matchup between Clark and Sky forward Angel Reese. Now here's where it gets sweet, all right? It gets real interesting right here. However, uncertainty looms as ticket prices for the game have plummeted dramatically following Clark's injury announcement. Oh my goodness. Since it became likely she will miss the June 7th game, ticket prices have dropped a staggering 71%. Oh my goodness. Following from an entry price of $86 to just $25 according to Tick.
This sharp economic downturn underscores a reality that many within the WNBA have been hesitant to confront. The league's current wave of success isn't shared equally among its stars. While emerging talents like Angel Reese have made headlines and drawn fanfare, the financial metrics paint a clear picture of a hierarchy in which Caitlin Clark stands alone. Nowhere is this more evident than in television viewership. According to Fox Sports, regular season games featuring Clark and the Indiana Fever averaged a staggering 1.178 million viewers, nearly triple the 394,000 viewer average of other WNBA matchups. This isn't a marginal uptick, it's a seismic shift in the league's media appeal, driven almost entirely by one player's unprecedented magnetism.
I told you earlier, these WNBA franchises that moved games like the Chicago Sky to the United Arena, you're screwed. You're done. You're cooked. Nobody is going to show up to this thing. Chicago Sky can't sell out their own 9,000-something seat arena like it is. They couldn't when they were kind of decent. They're a dumpster fire now. And now that Caitlin Clark is injured, the ticket prices for the Fever and Sky game just plummeted to Hades.
If you're enjoying this coverage, consider subscribing. The May 17th, 2025, showdown between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky perfectly illustrated Caitlin Clark's outsized influence. The game attracted a staggering 2.7 million viewers, setting a new benchmark as the most-watched WNBA regular season game in 25 years. At its peak, viewership climbed to 3.1 million, proof that Clark's presence can pull in casual fans who might otherwise skip women's basketball altogether. Remarkably, the single game outperformed the viewership numbers of entire playoff series from previous seasons, highlighting just how transformative Clark has been for the league's broadcast appeal. Looking at the bigger picture, the data becomes even more compelling. Of the 24 WNBA games that surpassed 1 million viewers during the 2024 season, 21 featured Caitlin Clark, meaning nearly 90% of the league's highest-rated broadcasts hinged on one player. Additionally, the only 3 games to draw crowds of over 20,000 fans all involved the Indiana Fever, further cementing Clark's role as the WNBA's top attraction and economic engine.
Wherever she goes, she's selling out arenas. The ticket prices skyrocket. Like, even trying to get tickets to Carver Hawkeye Arena when they played the Brazilian national team at her old school was just insane prices. If she's going on the road, wherever she's going, ticket sales jump by 140%. Average is $312. Like, that's...
As the broader WNBA adjusts to life without Caitlin Clark, no team reflects the brutal realities of star power more clearly than the Chicago Sky. Off to a 0-4 start in the 2025 season, the Sky are winless while their so-called rival continues to dominate headlines, even from the injury list. Angel Reese, long positioned as Clark's primary on-court counterpart since their college battles, now faces the challenge of staying relevant on a team still struggling to establish its identity. The Sky's early season record marks a steep decline from preseason expectations, and their inability to secure wins has been matched by waning interest from both fans and media. The disparity is even more glaring when ticket pricing is considered. While matchups against Indiana at the United Center commanded premium prices thanks to Clark's anticipated appearance, the Sky's regular games at Wintrust Arena now see tickets available for as little as $17, a stark reflection of how the market perceives value in the absence of true marquee appeal.